You know, your company spends a ton of money on digital security, all the firewalls, the encryption, the fancy software. But today we're going to talk about the most critical and honestly the most overlooked security asset they have, which is you. This whole explainer is about turning you into the strongest part of your company's defense.
So let's just start with a question, and I want you to really think about this for a second. When you look around your office, at your systems, your colleagues, what do you think is the single weakest link? The absolute easiest way for a bad guy to get in? Well, the answer might actually surprise you. It's not some super complex piece of code or even a weak password. Nope. It's something we all share, our natural human instincts. You know, our desire to be helpful, to be polite, our curiosity. And you better believe attackers know exactly how to use that against us. And that brings us to our first big idea here. See, attackers have realized it's often way easier to hack a person than it is to hack a computer. So welcome to the world of social engineering.
Social engineering. It's not about code at all. It's about psychology. It's the art of manipulation, plain and simple. Attackers use it to trick people into breaking the rules, into bypassing security, and basically turning you into their unwitting accomplice.
And here's the really wild part. It's how they weaponize our best intentions. Let's take a look at how your own good manners can become a huge security risk.
So picture this. You swipe your badge to get into a secure area. Right behind you, there's someone with their hands full. Maybe they're carrying a big box or juggling coffee cups. What do? Well, of course you hold the door for them, right? It's just being polite. But that simple act of kindness has a name. It's called tailgating. And you might have just let an attacker walk right into the building.
This is where we need a major shift in how we think. At a secure door, letting it swing shut behind you isn't rude. It's literally your job. It is a core security function.
And the solution? It's a simple, non-negotiable policy. One badge, one entry. That's it. If every single person follows this one rule, this entire method of attack is completely shut down, gone. Now, this idea of using our politeness against us leads to another common tactic called pretexting. This is where an attacker makes up a believable story, a pretext. They're banking on you not wanting to question someone who sounds like they know what they're doing and have a good reason to be there.
But the countermeasure is just as powerful. It's a simple three-word mantra: verify, then trust. So you don't argue with the pest control guy, you just say, 1 second, and you call the manager he mentioned to confirm. Remember, trust is something that is earned only after you've verified.
Okay, so stopping these individual tricks is one thing, but to really beat this stuff, you need something bigger. You need to build a culture, an environment where every single employee feels empowered to speak up. Because your voice is a critical security tool.
But let's be real for a second. This is hard, right? It's really intimidating. It's not easy to question somebody who's wearing an expensive suit or acting all aggressive and important. And attackers, they absolutely count on that fear of confrontation.
And that's exactly why having a script is so powerful. It gives you the words so you don't have to think, and just listen to the tone. Excuse me, I don't see your badge. Can I help you find reception? See, it's not accusatory, it's helpful, but it's also firm. It safely puts the ball right back in their court.
And for a culture like this to really work, management has to lead the way. When an employee speaks up, even if they accidentally challenge the CEO, that action needs to be praised, publicly. That sends a powerful message that security is truly everyone's responsibility. So far, we've talked about attackers trying to trick you from the outside. But what about threats that use our own internal drives against us? Something like, say, curiosity. Just look at how fast this can happen. An attacker drops a USB drive in the parking lot, and they label it something juicy, like layoff plan. Your curiosity is just screaming. You have to know what's on it. The second you plug that into your computer, bam, malware installs. The whole network could be compromised. All of that in less than 2 minutes. The rule for this one is absolutely non-negotiable. If you didn't buy it, don't plug it. Treat any USB drive or device you find like it's a biohazard. The only safe place for it is in the hands of your security team.
So, how does all this apply when you're not in the office? Because your job is a human firewall, well, it doesn't end when you walk out the front door. Security awareness is a mindset you have to keep with you everywhere.
Just think about your local coffee shop. If you're wearing your work badge out in public, it's like a billboard for criminals. It tells them exactly where you work and gives them a perfect high-res photo of your ID to clone. And that sensitive project you're talking about so loudly? Yeah, you have no idea who's listening in.
So what's the fix? It's a simple little habit.
The moment you walk through that turnstile to leave for the day, your badge comes off and goes straight into your pocket or your bag. It's a tiny action that has a huge impact on both your safety and the company's. So in the end, yeah, every company has digital firewalls. But the smartest, most adaptable, and most powerful firewall is the one that's paying attention, asking the right questions, and following the rules. So the last question is for you. Are you one of them?